Okay, let's get this party started, shall we? So, welcome along to the Oily Hour of Power for Saturday, the 19th of April. I hope that you're having a great weekend. And let's see how quick I can make this, hey? So, tonight we are doing the first session of What's in Your Box, which you can take that in so many ways, but I am just going to share my screen. Oh, which one do I want to share? Actually, I might just share the entire screen. So you get to see my face for a second. Okay. Now, these pictures came courtesy of Meika, so thank you for that. And what I'm going to do tonight is I'm just going to take you through um, the oils that are in the box and how you would use them. Okay, so we'll zoom in and out. So, alrighty. So, often I come across people in my travels that have already got an account with doTERRA and they are just not sure how to use them, right? Makes me a bit sad because these are your medicine, and ideally, we want to use everything that we've got so that we use them up. Now, if you do have old oils, let's start with that. If you do have oils that you've had for quite a while, yes, they will probably still be okay unless you've kept them in the sun. So, essential oils are in amber bottles to help them be preserved from sunlight and light changes the composition of them. But also, what you will find is that the citrus oils tend to run out, okay? That you might have a bottle of red mandarin, for example, or wild orange, and you thought it was full. And then a couple of months later, or maybe 12 months later, you grab the same bottle and it's half full. Or clementine is another one that can be like that. So citrus oils evaporate quite readily. They're volatile, they're highly volatile. But in some cases, like green mandarin, for example, if you don't use the oil within a certain period of time, it actually doesn't smell that nice, it loses its effect. It's not as effective and it's not as aromatic. So if you do have old oils, what I suggest you do is pour them into the garden, pour them into the ground. Okay, just empty the bottle, wash the bottle out, peel the sticker off, use it for something else. Um, and citrus oils are cheap, okay? They are low, I shouldn't say cheap, they are a low price point. So let's jump into the box, shall we? I thought that what I might do is I'll zoom in so that you can have a look at what's in here because maybe you've got some of the same, right? So some of these stickers you might not be able to see, but I did have a chat to Meika, so I know what's in here anyway. Now, the first thing that jumps out to me when I look at this said box of oils is that she's actually got a few that the names have changed on them now. So, Digestzen, she's got a couple of Digestzen in there. That's now called Zengest in Australia. And Digestzen is one of the older blends. So, what they did was doTERRA changed the formula of they didn't change the ingredients, they just changed the formula. So, how does that work? If you flip your bottle over and have a look on the back and you read the list of ingredients, now this is the case for just about everything, but when you read the list of ingredients, the first listed thing on there is what's most present. So, for example, if we talk about skincare, right? The first listed item often on skincare is aqua, which is just water. So you're paying lots of money for water, right? Anyway, I digress. So with Digestzen, what they did was when they turned it into Zengest, I'm pretty sure there is a heavier presence of coriander now versus what it used to be. So previously it was ginger first, so there was a more heavier presence of ginger that you could smell and fennel actually. So now in the new one, it's just changed a little bit. Still all the same essential oils inside it. So ginger, peppermint, tarragon, fennel, caraway, coriander, and anise, but just a slightly different note and presence. So there's more coriander than there is fennel, for example. So Let's target Digestzen, shall we? What is Digestzen or Zengest used for? It is for the digestive system of the body. Fantastic for bloating, awesome for colitis. It's also really good for constipation and for cramping. I used this last night because I had insane stomach cramps from, I think, eggs might have given me not such a good experience because they weren't so good. So it's great for food poisoning, gastritis, heartburn, nausea, parasites, sinusitis. How does it work that way? Inhalation is best. Then you can apply it to the reflex points on your body or put it in your belly button. Now, because Digestzen has peppermint and ginger in it, they're quite warm oils, so you may feel a little bit of skin sensitivity. You want to use this one with a carrier oil. Because it is straight, it's undiluted in the bottle, Zengest or Digestzen, you can put a drop in some water and sip on it. So maybe it might be nice as an after dinner tea if you are someone who likes. So for me, I like the smell of ouzo and Sambuca, like that licoricey smell. Not that I drink them anymore, but you know, that smell. If you don't happen to like Sambuca or ouzo, then you're probably not going to like the smell of it. But you could sip on that as an after dinner drink, and that would help to settle your stomach. The other thing you can do is sip on peppermint tea, obviously, okay, which is a 1 drop of doTERRA peppermint is the equivalent to 28 bags of peppermint tea. Bear that in mind when you want to put some in a glass. So yeah, that's the first one that I wanted to target was Digestzen. All right. So Digestzen was one of the common oils in our household. It's Jesse's oil. All of us have an experience with an essential oil that helps us. Digestzen for him was the one. Now, the other thing with Digestzen that is awesome is if you are someone who tends to bite off more than you can chew in life, Digestzen will help you to digest information. So it's good for that as well. How do you do that? Inhalation. So you can put a drop of Digestzen with 3 to 4 drops of wild orange in a diffuser and have that diffusing while you're working through really heavy stuff or you're trying to digest a lot of information. Topically, that'll work too. Fantastic for kids that way. So you can get yourself a roller bottle and you want to have 1 to 2 drops of Digestzen to 3 to 4 drops of orange, for example, and put some carrier oil in it, and then you can massage that into the bottom of their feet. As a side note, Thyme blend, which is one of the kids' blends, is really good for digesting information as well. So Digestzen is good in that regards. I don't have my emotions book at the moment, but just let me see if I've got something in here. Uh, the digestive blend. Yes, so here you go. This is the Healing Home and Family, a beginner's guide for emotions and essential oils. The digestive blend is the oil of assimilation. I choose to accept and embrace the events and experiences in my life. I am enthusiastic for change and I am connected and responsive to my physical body's messages and provide for its needs. Suggestive uses is inhalation. Inhale from the bottle, diffuse it, put a couple of drops in your hands. Topically, 1 to 3 over the entire stomach. Recommended for emotional blending with ginger and fennel, which it's already got in it anyway. Or you can use it with grapefruit and Smart and Sassy or Metapwr to help with body issues and to also help the body digest and melt away what it doesn't want anymore. So digestive blend encourages us to re-engage and to reconnect with vigor and enthusiasm. Like I said, right, fantastic for processing new experiences, emotions, and events. So Meika has a couple of those in there, which is awesome. Now, what do I want to pick next? Let's go to juniper berry. So she's got 2 juniper berries in this box as well. So juniper berry is amazing for urinary. Okay, it supports your kidneys and your urinary side of things. Juniper berry is also the oil of the night, if you like, or unmasking. I think they use is it unmasking? No, it's the Myrrh. Juniper berry helps you to see things that you may not necessarily want to see. It's the oil all around awareness. Um, and it helps you to bring awareness to your soul. So it's helping you to rest easy, to actually understand who you are and to be willing to look at all of you, because all of us have a shadow side, right? So juniper berry can help you if you need to go do some journey work and you want to tackle yourself head on, if you like. Let's look at it that way. But juniper berry, fantastic as a support for the liver and the kidneys. Big, big, big times, right? So I'm just going to flip to juniper berry in one of my old books. Juniper berry is in a urinary tract blend that I make up and give to people. Interestingly enough, it's the berries that make gin, right? It's a middle note. So if you want to make a perfume, juniper berry is fantastic as a middle note in your perfume, high in monoterpenes and alpha pinene. So you will actually see some research data coming out about alpha pinene and the way that it works with alcoholism and kidney stones. But it's interesting to know that you can also use juniper berry in a blend because it's a cypress, it's a conifer, to help you with tinnitus or tinnitus, however you want to say it. And juniper berry is one of the ones that's safe for you to pop under your tongue or sip on it with some water. Um, Apply directly on the area of concern. Where is my blend? So I just want to flip to the urinary side of things because I find this is really important, right? Juniper berry is used in combination with cypress. Get cypress in that box? No. So juniper berry is used in combination with cypress to help with bedwetting. It's actually in the bedwet protocol. So, here are we? Okay, yep. So in control, this is the bladder control for incontinence or for bedwetting. 1 drop of juniper berry, 1 drop of cypress. Combine in the palm and apply across the lower abdomen. Use for occasional inconvenient urges or 3 to 5 times a day for chronic control issues. So if you are someone that's got that concern around incontinence, you can mix yourself up a roller bottle. It's 1 to 1, right? So it's 1 drop of juniper berry to 1 drop of cypress, and then you want to add that in with, say, a teaspoon of carrier oil. Juniper berry and cypress are quite safe in terms of children, but babies, you want to dilute it quite extensively. But you could put it in in a 5 ml roller bottle, you would have 5 drops of juniper berry and 5 drops of cypress and just top it up with your carrier oil and then roll it on, so lower abdomen. It's also in the fire extinguisher, which is a urinary infection blend. That one is 4 drops of juniper, 4 drops of lemongrass, 4 drops of lemon, and you can also use 6 drops of Purify. There's another blend that's got DDR prime in it, but the Purify blend is good. It's got sandalwood and stuff in it. And you combine those in a 5 ml roller, fill with carrier oil, apply on lower abdomen, bladder area, and on the lower back/kidney area every 20 minutes during the daytime, and continue applying 3 times a day. And you also want to be taking the On Guard beadlets when it comes to that, okay? But juniper berry, big one. It acts as a diuretic, tonifies the bladder, and supports the urinary system, which is really, really cool. Okay, what else have we got in here that I want to jump to? Siberian fir, let's do that one next because it's mentioned in the urinary section as well. So Siberian fir came in when doTERRA stopped white fir. So Siberian fir in combination with Copaiba, which I can see that she's got in there as well, is great for pain. Great. So wintergreen, I'm going to jump around a bit, right? So you're going to get semi-channel, semi-class mode. Wintergreen, Siberian fir, and Copaiba. Those three together, phenomenal for pain. All right, so put it that way. Any sort of muscular or skeletal pain, you can use those three together. Basil is also really good for muscular pain. But so Siberian fir, I digress. Siberian fir is great for lifting you up. Challenges excite and motivate me. Like air, I rise above them. Siberian fir, think about Siberia for starters. It's like minus 50 degrees, right? It grows in the highest elevations and it survives extreme temperatures. So it's a really intense and strong tree. It is very, very much for those brave warriors of us that are out there doing things. Siberian fir supports us with transition, um, but it's also great, like I said, right, with juniper berry, with this is stuff that I do with kidney, right? Siberian fir, juniper berry, lavender, and helichrysum, which she's got in the box as well, but I'll explain that in a minute. Um, Amazing for shifting you through change, okay? It'll help you through losing a job, broken relationships. It encourages you to walk into your daunting future and to see hope. It's really important. Firs and trees are really important for our respiratory systems as well. So I don't want you to lose track of that. So a big tree, think about a tree, the roots of a tree, um, the tree itself, it's like the human body. The trunk's like the spine. You've got all the branches that come off like the nervous system. Trees are important for us. Siberian fir just, yeah, steps right in, opens everything up. Juniper berry is a bit more delicate, gets in and helps. Siberian fir decongest urinary tract and fight urinary infections. All right, so that's jumping a bit, but that's our Siberian fir. So pain and urinary, juniper berry urinary, look at the dark side of things, embrace life. Lemon, we all know about lemon. So what do I want to jump to next? Purify, one of my least favorite blends. Smells sometimes when I smell this, smells like vomit. Interestingly enough, Purify is the blend that helps you to eliminate odors. You can use it in your washing, and yeah, like I said, you can use it in that blend to help you with uh, kidney stones, but also help you with oh, urinary tract infection. Um, The cleansing blend has got lemon, Siberian fir, citronella, lime, tea tree, and cilantro. I'm not sure what it is in that. I think it's the combination of the cilantro with the citronella that gives me that weird smell type things. But it's amazing for odors, great for lymphatic detox. You can apply it diluted. So if you want to go down that track, I would recommend that all of you get a dry body brush anyway and start using that on your body. But the Purify and the one next to it, Smart and Sassy, which is now called Metapwr, slightly different blend again, amazing for our lymphatic system and helping us to rid excess cellulite, fat, whatever you like, whatever you don't want in your body and around your body. You can use those two particular oils to help you with that, along with Digestzen. Purify is great for addictions and discouragement. Great for bug bites and stings because it's got the lemon in it and the Siberian and the tea tree. It's good for acne and yeah, you can use it surface cleaning and stuff like that as well. But so that's the Purify. Smart and Sassy is the metabolic blend, which is now called Metapwr. Again, all they did was they have similar ingredients, but they just switched the star of the show around, if you like. So the way that you use Smart and Sassy is you put a drop in your water and you drink it across the day. Smart and Sassy and the Metapwr blend include grapefruit in them. Please know that it comes from the rind of the fruit, not the flesh, so it's not going to cause you any grief with other medications. But it is amazing for helping you to get up and go. It's really good to inhale before you start doing gym workouts or any sort of exercise, especially if you've got Motivate, use that. But if you don't, use your Smart and Sassy and your peppermint, and that will help you with get up and go. Okay. Massage it on your body. You want to massage it in an upward direction towards your lymph nodes, unless you've had your lymph nodes removed, then you've got to do your lymphatic drainage massage slightly different. Reach out to me if that's the case. But it's amazing for helping you to detoxify your body and to support you with weight release. Okay. Um, Heaps of other things I can say about Metapwr. It's going to help with the cognitive function in your brain because it's going to help break down calcification and helps you to flush stuff out of your system. Um, but let's just leave it at that. In this row, we've got balance. That's what that one is in the corner there. So balance is amazing in terms of creating the calm. It's probably one of the oldest blends, and it's big trees and frankincense, got hoe wood in it. It smells like Endota Day Spa. It's amazing, right? Balance and frankincense are probably two of my best friends because they help me to calm my brain and allow me to stay focused. So balance is really good to support people that have ADD, ADHD, just crazy brain, wild mind, inability to stay focused. You could use balance and lemon in the diffuser at home to help kids when they're studying or yourself. You could put a drop of each in the palm of your hand, rub them together and smell them. I like to put balance. A lot of people use balance on the soles of their feet or on their feet to ground them into the earth, to use it as a grounding oil. I actually find that I like to use balance across the back of my neck and up into my hair, and it just creates a anchoring safe smell for me, and it helps me to stay focused. When you are going into situations where things can be high stress, you can use balance. And if you are setting up for a family get together and you're not too sure how it's going to go, balance would be one of the oils that I would have in the diffuser in every room. Maybe balance and wild orange, maybe just balance on its own because it's very subtle and you would have that pumping through, right? Copaiba, we'll stay in this section of the box to start with. Copaiba is um, shares chemical constituents with CBD oil, but it doesn't have the THC addictive side of things. Works on the endocannabinoid system within the body, amazing in terms of down regulating the nervous system or up regulating in some rare case occurrences. So Copaiba is there to help us regulate our nervous system. For the majority of us, that means that it brings us off the ceiling and into the middle of the world. For some people, but it will lift them up off the floor and bring them into the middle of the world. Just depends how you are. Copaiba is amazing to help you rest and calm down. And you can use that one of an evening when you want to go to sleep. And I pop a drop under my tongue if I'm really tired and not sleeping properly. But Copaiba combined, like I said before, right? Copaiba, Siberian fir, wintergreen, maybe some lavender. Awesome as a massage for pain. So is ginger. But anyway, you can use all these oils for pain in a combination. So Copaiba, amazing for that. Just see if there's anything that I'm missing that you need to know with it. The main thing is that you can actually use it as an alternative to CBD, is what I find anyway, because it calms that side. Dopamine deficiencies and addictions. Amazing for your gums. Really, really awesome for gums. And you can just put a drop on your toothbrush, brush your teeth with it. But also really good for endometriosis and PMS. Great for headaches and migraines because it's that pain management, right? It's working on the nervous system. So pain is a neural response to tell us that something's wrong with our body. And we can calm that down by massaging Copaiba peppermint into our head. It's really good for plantar fasciitis and heel spurs. Massage it in, and I would be massaging it in with ice blue rub. Good for liver toxicity, great for arthritis and gout. Arthritis, you could mix it with oregano and massage it into arthritic joints. Really good for your abdominal section. So you can combine Copaiba and Digestzen when you get a bout of IBS or diverticulitis, those sort of things. These are your two buddies for that side of things. I used these heaps last night. They just help with the spasming and the pain. Copaiba emotionally moves you from feeling plagued to directed. Don't know if it does that for me. It just wipes me out. But hey, if it works, right? It comes from Brazil too, which is pretty cool. All of these oils come from different areas around the world. It's also found in the adaptive blend and in the rescuer blend. And when doTERRA is sourcing their oils, they want to make sure they're looking after the community. So sometimes when we start to see some of our essential oils disappear off the list, all together. So some of those oils that I shared, we can still get from the US market, but some of them, like white fur, for example, was actually pulled. It's because they have a sourcing issue and they won't go there if there's sourcing issues. Sometimes sourcing issues can involve trafficking and people just not being treated right, so they just don't go there. Anyway, that's that section of the box. Wild orange is joy in a bottle. We know that, right? Oregano. Amazing, but hot. Proceed with caution. Must be used with the carrier oil unless you're going to use it in a capsule and take it internally. If you are going to use it as an intestinal support, so it can be used for parasites, but also can be used for a cleanse, can be used as an antibiotic in combination with lavender. If you are using it for those particular purposes, you want to put it into a capsule, and I would still be putting like a coconut or maybe a little bit of olive oil into that capsule and take it. You don't want to take it internally for any more than 5 to 8 days in a row, and then you want to make sure that you've got a probiotic that you're putting into your system as well. Oregano is most effective inhaled, in my opinion. Use it aromatically. Don't put it in your diffuser, probably smells revolting, but do use it in your cooking, but use it with the toothpick. And yeah, you never not want to have oregano in a box, okay? Always have your herbs. Your Mediterranean herbs are important, but oregano and tea tree are your big antifungal, antiparasitic type stuffs to me. And if you get athlete's foot, you get fungal infections on your skin and your body, you want to use oregano diluted and a topical application. Okay. If you get really bad fungus in your toes, it's an indication that you've got a candida overgrowth on the inside. But yeah, oregano magic. Um, if you've got a sinus infection, we're going into winter, that sort of stuff, you probably want to start considering using oregano with On Guard on the soles of your feet. You can get it as the touch, or you can just create your own little immune bomb or immune roller, and you use oregano, On Guard, maybe some frankincense. That's up to you. But those two in particular with some carrier oil, roll it on the soles of your feet, roll it on the soles of your feet for your kids. Oregano is like the Kung Fu warrior, right? It's your protection. It's also the oil of humility and non-attachment. And if you've got people around you that gossip and talk shit, oregano is great for the throat chakra. It will calm it down. Um, Partner with Arborvitae to surrender strong will and ego. So it just helps you to drop your shit. Be who you are, right? Oregano aids us in clearing internal blocks, negativity, and with surrendering the need to be right. It encourages us to be more teachable, malleable, humble, and kind. Oregano helps us recognize our materialism and the negative habits that hinder our growth and progress. It emboldens us to live in non-attachment and to let go of rigidity, control, and willfulness. It just helps you to be more serene, oregano. I love oregano, but I like all the Mediterranean herbs anyway. You will find oregano in the GX Assist, which is the capsule you can get for gut cleansing. But oregano is sourced from Turkey, which is really cool. Thyme oil is thymol is one of the main constituents. Big for antifungal, antiparasitic, antiviral, immunostimulant. Top list is viral and bacterial infections. You can take it in a capsule, but yeah, I would be massaging it on the soles of the feet. Amazing for strep throat and tonsillitis. Magic for MRSA or staph. Warts, that's the other thing that's really good for too. So with a wart, you just want to apply it to the wart itself, and you do that with a cotton tip and don't double dip. Obesity and slow metabolism. Can't say I've ever used that, or low progesterone, but that's pretty cool, right? Also really good for urinary infections. Why? Because potentially that's a candida issue as well. Okay, passion. Passion is the inspiration blend. It is meant to help your body to become inspired. I don't know. I don't know how to explain this one. It wasn't one of my favorites. I actually don't mind it now. Probably because I'm just so, I don't know, stubborn. But passion is the inspiring blend. Use it as a perfume. It's going to help you with circulation. Why? Because it's got cinnamon in it. It's got ginger, clove, sandalwood, jasmine, vanilla, damiana, and cardamom. I love cardamom. It's great for depression and energy issues, so that it's done through inhalation. Okay, Passion as the inspiring blend is not for internal use. This one is a topical and inhalation only. Use it for sinus congestions, sluggish digestion, memory issues, low libido, um, infections. Why? It's got clove and cinnamon in it. But this one is best topical, okay? Put a couple of drops in your hand, rub your hands together, apply it to your neck. Put it where you would normally put a perfume. But you will actually find that it lifts you up that bit and it just helps you to glide through life a lot easier. Um, Very mindful of the time. Lime. Lime is zest for life. Think of Bob Marley. That's your lime oil, okay? It's going to keep you rocking along. Lime is fantastic in a Corona. Drop of lime oil instead of a slice of lime is good in a Corona beer. Today is going to be a really, really good day. That's the affirmation that goes with lime. Lime is one of the happiest essences. It serves, its sense of well-being comes from inside, dispelling boredom and routine to consciously create an exciting day ahead. So lime combined with like Siberian fir and lemon, maybe even a little bit geranium, mint in your diffuser in terms of lifting up your environment, helping you feel happy. Magic in cheesecakes, absolutely beautiful in cheesecakes. So you can use this one as a food oil as well. Lime is really good for memory loss or lack of mental clarity because, like its cousin lemon, helps you to cut through in the brain. So inhale or diffuse. Can be good for herpes and cold sores and chickenpox. So they're all the same sort of virus. Take it in a capsule or apply it directly to your outbreaks. I would be putting it on the base of my spine. Good for head lice. 20 drops of lime, 20 drops of tea tree to a bottle of shampoo and apply it. Insect bites and stings, cellulitis, sore throat, respiratory issues, liver and blood toxicity. Right, pay attention to that. Liver and blood toxicity, cellulite, low glutathione levels. They are super important for people that have mitochondrial dysfunction or are having a long CVD experience. Take it in a capsule or put it under your tongue or just sip on it, okay? Add lime to your water. Basically, it's going to help you. Again, comes from Brazil, high in limonene, um, beta pinene and terpenes. Good antiseptic. It's found in Purify as well. So lime is really important. Underrated. Citrus oil means it's a low cost point, but yeah, pretty cool. Lemon, detoxifier. Breaks down the petrochemicals in your body and your brain. Will also break down the chemicals in plastic, so please only drink it in glass or stainless steel. Have a drop with a mug of warm water every single day. Could combine it with juniper berry and a drop of lime, maybe a drop of ginger. You will find it will actually help you to pick up your body, okay? Pay attention to how your body feels. Lavender. Do we really need to go through lavender? We know it's the Swiss Army knife of the aromatherapy world. It's almost, if you can't fix it, you frank it, but lavender is very close second. Lavender is probably the one oil that you could use if you didn't have any of the others. Amazing for bites and stings, rashes, all of that stuff. You can combine it with carrier oil and just massage it on. Awesome, right? I think that is Ylang Ylang. Yep, it is. So Ylang Ylang, think of the old hippie days. Ylang Ylang is definitely one of those oils. Um, Very strong. Remember that doTERRA oils are strong. They super strong is all I can say with this, right? It will blow your head off if you just sniff it straight out of the bottle. But Ylang Ylang is amazing to help women. That's why it's in Whisper. Um, I believe it's in Clary Calm as well. It's amazing to help women with their hormones. Absolutely amazing for that. But also good for all stages of life. We recently got some Kananga as well, which is similar. It's really good for adrenal fatigue. Um, low libido, impotence, infertility, hormone imbalance, low testosterone. So it's good for men as well in that regards. Great for hair loss and split ends. You can massage it into your scalp. Um, Lack of equilibrium and high blood pressure. So you want to apply it to your neck. Now, I use ylang and marjoram. She got marjoram in the box? No. So ylang, marjoram, and geranium. I will use them as a chest massage for someone who is experiencing circulatory cardiovascular issues. That's around that blood pressure side of things, and that's to pick it up or to help calm it down. If you're not comfortable with doing that, you can massage it onto the soles of your feet. But I also recommend that with anything now, especially because for a lot of people, your insides have been modified if you went down the track of bringing in a new component. I'm being mindful with my words, so read between the lines. Please still get yourself checked out, but you can use your essential oils to support you through your journey, whatever you find, okay? Arborvitae, very strong woody oil. Smells like sawdust, smells like the pencil sharpener that we used to have at school on the end of the desk. That's how old I am. But also smells like a sawmill, the floors of a sawmill. I love it. Arborvitae is strong. It is our backbone, super strong oil. Great for lice and things like that. Really good as an insect repellent. I will actually combine Arborvitae, lemongrass, boys are barking something. Arborvitae, lemongrass for insect repellents. And I use it with Terra Shield just to boost it that little bit more for the flying prawns that we get, aka mosquitoes. Insect repellent, diffuse, spray on surfaces or apply to exposed areas of clothing. Also great for flies. Good for cold sores and warts. Great for viruses. Top use is candida and fungal issues. Comes from Canada. It's quite majestic because it's a huge tree. Great for meditation and mindfulness. Really good for hair loss and psoriasis. It's actually good for chlamydia. There you go. And for staph. And again, lymphatic. But Arborvitae, Hawaiian sandalwood, and frankincense, massage those onto areas of your skin that that you've got concerns about. Okay, so if you've got new freckles or moles or long-term exposed hands and sides of your face, your ears, I would be massaging. There's a blend called Amavi, but I would be massaging Arborvitae, Hawaiian sandalwood, and frankincense onto those parts of my skin with a carrier oil daily. Okay. Yeah, minimum. Um, you ideally shouldn't use Arborvitae internally, okay? And it means tree of life because they're trees that live for over 800 years. They're absolutely magic. I've seen some when I was in Canada before. They're enormous, but yeah, I love it. So, Clary Sage. She's got 2 bottles of Clary Sage. First thing that I will say about Clary Sage is it's for your head as well as your hormones. Clary Sage is in the Clary Calm blend, obviously, but Clary Sage and Basil and Ice Blue rub, great for period pain. You can put Clary Sage on first, massage that into your abdomen or your lower back, wherever you feel the pain. Then massage a drop of basil over the top of that, and then put a pea size of Ice Blue rub on the abdomen and lower back too. Clary sage is also really good for your head in terms of headaches and seizures and things like that. Just massage it in. But it's also amazing for your third eye. So if you're someone who wants to start doing perhaps a bit more deeper meditation or you want to do journey work, Clary sage is your friend. Put it on your finger, massage it between your eyebrows, and use sound frequency or meditation music and just totally relax. And you'll find that you'll go on some very interesting experiences. Do not use it if you're drinking alcohol because the experiences may not be so amazing. Now, Clary sage is not the same as sage, so don't confuse it with that. But it's really good for, yeah, like I said, so your head and your hormones. Great for endometriosis, can support breast cancer side of things because it's helping to regulate estrogen, basically. You want to use it on your breast tissues. Clary sage apparently helps with enlargement. Don't know if you can rub it in reverse to shrink them, not sure. Comes from France. Really good if you've got low milk supply for a breastfeeding mother. Can help with Parkinson's and thick blood. Apply to the back of the neck to support healthy brain function. So that works with patchouli too. I don't know if she's got any patchouli in there. Pink eye and cataracts, hot flushes, postpartum depression, anxiety, PMS, perimenopause, menopause, insomnia and restlessness. It's going to move you from feeling limited to enlightened. But yeah, I believe that's because of the third eye stuff. Okay, so geranium, oil of the heart, oil of the broken heart. It will help you mend a broken heart. Some people like it, some people hate it. I love it. I use geranium and rosemary and cedarwood for my hair. That makes an amazing combination in the shower. When the water hits it, it smells mint, but as in good. Geranium is beautiful. It's a poor man's rose, but use it for hormone support as well. But it's great for your heart. Number one for circulation to me, geranium and cypress to massage in for circulatory issues. Let's just flick to that. Top use is blood toxicity. So again, that's a big thing. Remember, we want to help to cleanse our blood to calm it down after what we've been putting in it. So you can use your geranium for that. It's good for varicose veins. Geranium, lemongrass, and cypress, amazing for varicose veins. You can combine those in a roller or just in a carrier oil, massage it on. Great for liver and gallbladder issues, bile duct obstructions. Like I said already, good for your hormone. It's amazing for adrenal fatigue. Geranium and basil are good for adrenals. Blood sugar imbalances and pancreas issues. It's good to heal wounds and scars. Weak, broken, or wounded heart, right? So that's why I can include it when I'm giving or I'm massaging into somebody's chest who's having heart concerns in terms of their heart is weak and it's not pumping the blood as effectively. I'll use geranium, like I said already, ylang, and marjoram. Good for nerve pain, so great to massage onto the soles of the feet, and also good for osteoporosis. Interestingly enough, it's good for ringworm and impetigo, which is school sores. Great for your skin. Um, and yeah, for your hair. Already said it for your hair. So I can't actually read that one. I'm not too sure what that one is. Myrrh, my God, another great oil for your skin. Amazing for your skin. Myrrh is like, think about what you might have used betadine for in the past. That's what you use myrrh for. So myrrh is great to gargle for throat issues. It's good to put on wounds. Great, so soft and delicate, right? Amazing for wrinkles. It's one of the oils that's in Soluble. Um, you can use it to make a sherbet smelling diffuser blend if you combine it with grapefruit and a couple of other oils, juniper berry actually and grapefruit. Where is it in the book? We all know about myrrh from biblical stuff. Frankincense, myrrh and gold. Myrrh. It comes from the resin, right? So this is why your cap gets crusty. My recommendation with this is to run it under warm water, just the cap section of it, to get it to break and to be able to open it again if you hadn't used it for a while. It's really good for ulcers. So when I get a mouth ulcer, I'll use myrrh on the inside. I need to get some more because I need it for my lips. They're a bit cracked at the moment, so it's good for that sort of stuff as well. Really good for vaginal thrush, ringworm, candida, viral infections and herpes, respiratory infections, sore throat, mucus, congestion, cirrhosis, depression and anxiety. Great for meditation. Fine lines, dry skin, stretch marks, cracked heels. thyroid issues. Myrrh is in the Hashimoto stuff, so this is to wind it up, I believe. Um, Mouth ulcers, gum disease, like I said already. So yeah, myrrh is magical. You want it, you definitely want it in your kit. HD clear is not HD clear, it's Helichrysum. I already chatted to Meika about this, so yep, that's Helichrysum. Helichrysum is liquid stitches. It's also insoluble along with myrrh. And Helichrysum is from the paper daisies or everlasting flowers. Helichrysum is big, big medicine, and it's a small bottle and it will cost you a little bit of money, but it is amazing. Why? Because it helps with the nerves in the body. So, and it also helps with old pain and deep pain. So it's good for blood. Okay, so it's a coagulant, so it's going to work on that side of things. Neuroprotective and neurotonic, vasoconstrictor, coagulant. It's a nervine, analgesic, antispasmodic. Really important to have this in your kit. If you're someone who cuts themselves a lot, maybe you're on a blood thinner, that sort of stuff, you want to have Helichrysum there so that you can combine it with myrrh and frankincense and massage it on your skin daily. It's good for joint and back pain, great for tinnitus and earaches, really important for vertigo. Vertigo is good with geranium and Helichrysum. Good for sinus infections and headaches. Loss of taste, interestingly enough, another CVD issue. Liver or pancreas congestion. Obstructed bile ducts, gallbladder infections, heavy metal and blood toxicity, high or low cholesterol. Taken a capsule or under a tongue. Again, okay, and shock. Really important oil for shock combined with Melissa, but it's really good for that sort of stuff. Great for sciatic pain, good for tennis elbow. So it's the nerve oil. Anyone that works with other people or is out and about pretty rigid, pretty ruckus in life, you're gonna need it. It is in deep blue or ice blue, so it is in that as well, but I would be getting myself a bottle of it anyway. Save up your points and get it that way. Also great for spiral issues and a spleen issue. HIV and AIDS, it's in that as well. So this is really important, especially now when you think about the introduction of new viruses that are out there. I know I keep alluding to this sort of thing, but what we're looking at in this picture is a kit that will help you with anything that gets thrown at you. Okay, you just need to slow down, take a breath, look at the box, think about different things that you can use it for. You don't need to know everything. I'm going through this really fast because I'm aware of the time. This is like me spraying you with a fire hose. But just chunk it down and watch it bit by bit, okay? Time. Thyme is on that list, so it means we're not going to be able to get it in Australia, but I don't think it phases out until next year. Thyme is another medicine oil because it pulls angry shit out. So if you have a splinter or you have something else that is in under your skin, if you put thyme oil on it, thyme or lavender, but thyme in particular, it will bring that up to the surface. So to me, thyme is like magnoplasm. If you never used that before, you're missing out. So if I ever get a splinter or a boil or an infection, something like that, I'll use thyme oil on it and it will bring it to the surface. Okay, you might need to use it a few times. Now it's another hot oil, so please use a carrier oil. I have somebody that I know read in the book how good it is for pink eye and things like that. She then proceeded to put it too close to her husband's eye without a carrier oil. Make sure you use a carrier oil. But if you're just putting it on a splinter or something like that, you can apply it neat. Just keep it away from your pits and your bits. So thyme is from Kenya. Great for colds and flus. It's a Mediterranean herb, so think of it that way. It's good for memory and concentration, like its friend rosemary. It's also great for people that have low blood pressure because it's going to bring that up that little bit more for you. Includes it with fibrocystic stuff, fibroids. Really good for rheumatic pain, great for fatigue, and good for hair loss or baldness. Haven't tried that yet. Radiation wounds. So again, a lot of uses for this, okay? Low progesterone. Man, it's amazing how many things that I sort of navigate towards that I don't realize that I need until I do something like this. So thyme oil is really important for getting angry stuff out. If you are someone who is angry, okay, it's going to help you to work through your emotion. Thyme is the Roman emperor from memory. Let me just have a look. Yeah, it's going to help you with bravery and to release resentment. It's good for the heart chakra. It can be docile and tender, but don't get confused because even though it's gentle, it's very potent. Call in the energy of thyme to help you get a clear picture and let go of unresolved negativity. It brings patience and understanding to the closed-hearted. So it's quite good to work with for that. Again, you can cook with it. I would use toothpick analogy again. So what I mean by that is you put a toothpick into your oil and then stir it through the dish that you want to include it in, the dressing or the sauce, taste, and then if you need some more, get another toothpick, put some more in. Wintergreen. Fuck it oil. When you're over everything and you're just giving up, sniff some wintergreen. Wintergreen. People that don't want to let go of control will not like the smell of wintergreen. Sorry, not sorry. You need to topically use this on pain. Pain is when we have rigidity and contraction in the body. So it works on the emotional level as well as the physical level in the same way. That's probably all I need to say about that. Combine it with Siberian fir and Copaiba for an amazing massage on bones and joints. And if you've got broken bones, wintergreen and Siberian fir and birch, wintergreen is methyl salicylate. It's one of the ones that you cannot ingest under any circumstances, and that's why it's got a childproof cap. But it's in ice blue rub as well, but it'll support broken bones as well in that sort of blend. Okay, next door to wintergreen is rosemary. I've got 4 minutes to go. Rosemary is really good for our mind. We get given rosemary on Remembrance Day and Anzac Day to remember. So there's your answer, right? Rosemary, amazing for your hair, absolutely phenomenal for hair growth and to support hair, eyebrows, hair on your head, that sort of stuff. But yeah, it's there to assist our mind with memory. And there's studies done on diffusing rosemary in test situations, examination situations, and it's amazing the level of recall that people have. Good for respiratory infections as well, mental, adrenal, and chronic fatigue. Good for headaches. It's good when you've got tired or weak muscles and bone pain. Rosemary's in Aroma Touch Blend. It's good for kidney. Great for jet lag. Again, rosemary's in the Aroma Touch Blend. Good for multiple sclerosis, things like that. Really good for diabetes. Massage it onto the bottom of your feet. Rosemary, another Mediterranean herb that's really important for you to have in your kit. That one, I believe, is grapefruit. Grapefruit is a detoxifier. Again, with the lemon, it's a detoxifier. Please know it comes from the rind of the fruit, not from the flesh, so it's not going to contraindicate your medication. Some pharmacists know that, some don't, but it's true. It is correct. I'm not just saying that. So with the grapefruit, it's great for weight loss. It's the biggest thing with grapefruit, and we know that some people go on a grapefruit diet. Really good for progesterone, so it's going to help to clear out the hormone side of things in our body. Helps with sugar cravings, great for lymphatic drainage and kidney toxicity. Really good for edema. Grapefruit is also in the Aroma Touch blend. Good for adrenal fatigue and nervous exhaustion. Great for hangovers and jet lag. Grapefruit is in the Aroma Touch blend. Grapefruit and Digestzen, maybe some ginger in a glass of water when you've been drinking too much alcohol, maybe with a little bit of lime or a little bit of lemon, hangover cure, okay? All right, there's heaps more that I can say, but I won't. Spearmint, I think that is. Spearmint, my most favorite. All oils or all smells will trigger the limbic system of the brain, and that's attached to memories. Spearmint is fun. It's happy for me anyway. Reminds me of getting up to mischief. It's that chewing gum that we used to get, which gave me the foil to then go and make little poppers and bombs and not big bombs, but explosive things. All right, so spearmint is amazing for, again, cramping, like food poisoning cramping. Really good for scarring, great for headaches as well. It's in supermint, which is one of the new ones, but the top use is indigestion, nausea, and colic, constipation, or diarrhea. Rub it over the abdomen and dilute it so that you get greater coverage, but also because it's a bit spicy. And take it in a capsule if you need to. Really good for respiratory support. Good if you are overheated, heat stroke, or have a fever. How do you do that? Apply it to the back of your neck, diluted, put it on your spine, bottom of your feet. It helps with kidney stones, great with bad breath, good for metabolism, great for mental strain. Yeah, it's good. All right, ginger. Ginger, we know, is really important for our digestive system and to stoke the agni, so to turn up the fire inside your belly. Ginger and cinnamon, amazing for that, which means it's going to support you with blood sugar, but it's going to help you with digestion. You can have it before your meal and after your meal, that sort of stuff. It will help you with metabolism. It's in Slim and Sassy or Metapwr. The ginger essential oil, again, strong, but you can use it in your cooking. Tastes really nice in cookies and biscuits, that sort of stuff. It's also really good for sore throats and good for poor circulation, which cassia is as well. Good for spasms, cramps, sore muscles, motion sickness. Top use is nausea, indigestion, vomiting, morning sickness, loss of appetite, and anorexia. Really, really good for alcohol addiction. And how does that work? In a capsule and inhalation with your other oils that relate to that. But it's also good for nervous exhaustion. Not sure what that one is. Forgive and neroli. Neroli is your skin oil. I'll put it that way. So you want to massage it into your skin as part of your evening routine, along with your myrrh, maybe. And maybe a little bit geranium. Good combination there. Neroli is the sweet smell, maybe sweet, maybe not, but it's the orange blossoms, the blossoms of the bitter orange tree. Forgive is a grassy smelling oil, herby oil. Forgive is exactly as it says. It's going to help you to generate or to live in that place of tolerance of others. It's good for people that hold a grudge. It's great for emotional toxicity, which means it's really good to use when you're doing any sort of trauma releasement work. As a physical side, it is really good for circulation. It's great for ulcers and the liver. Why? Because in the liver is where we hold our bitterness and resentment. So you can massage forgive over the liver area, which is on the right-hand side, just underneath your rib cage or on your feet. Really good for fungus and parasites. Also good to support your prostate and can help with incontinence. Alrighty, so that's going to be our session for tonight. There are some other oils there that Meika has, but I've spoken for an hour and I think that's probably enough of a spray. So I'm just going to stop sharing for a minute. Say hello again. I hope that you enjoyed tonight's session. It's a what's in your box. There is so much, okay, that you can do with just those oils. So if I have another look at that picture, we've got 1, 2, or 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17, 20, 23, 23, 26, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. 33 oils in that box that I just talked about. And those 33 oils you could do everything with, okay? There's the only thing that's missing in that box is frankincense, really. And she told me that she had frankincense, it just wasn't sitting in the box. So you could support your entire home, probably your entire neighborhood's health and well-being just with that box, okay? And you can do it with even less than that. But I want you to start getting excited about what you've actually got your hands on. And you don't need to be able to know everything. You just need to know where to get the information from. And a lot of the information that I shared with you tonight has come through learning. And a lot of my learning comes from books and classes. So you don't have to go study aromatherapy. You can do doTERRA's essential oil trainings that they have. There's essential oil safety that everybody should be doing anyway. But you can also get hold of books and you can download the Wellness Nook, or you can get a subscription. It's only $5 a month to the Wellness Nook library. That gives you access to a heap of books. But one of the best books that I've got is the Essential Life book or the Modern Essentials Handbook, and you'll pick them up in op shops and things if you look. Get online. Sure, they're old, but so much information in them. Anyway, have a fantastic evening. Need to do something with the lighting, but anyway, I will see you all soon.